Hi there folks, my name's Squashy Nest, the South African YouTuber that lives in a hellhole. Now welcome to my Valheim playthrough. You're not getting any explanation on how or why I started playing this game. All that you need to know is that I love it, and I love absolutely kicking dwarves in the butt. Now, we started off this Valheim playthrough like every other in the universe, by caving a grey dwarf's head in with a giant hammer made of antlers. Our journey started in the small village of Squashgard. Squashgard was of course a city and town built by me, Squashy Nest, your favourite YouTuber that will definitely not have an ad break later in the video. Of course, we had absolutely nothing to our name and we had just started out, which meant we were sad people. But at least we had a great hall with a chair in it. It's good because there's a chair. There's a chair. Squashgard was currently going through an economical crisis, which wasn't the best of things, but I had a plan. By using Grease Grain as a mule, I was able to get a lot of copper, which is needed for a lot of things in Valheim that we don't need to mention, from the Black Forest. We would load it into the copper van, and we would be on our way. But first we had to get there. Upon arriving, we got immediately to breaking down as much of the copper into its raw form. Yummy. And we loaded it back on the cart and decided to hightail it back to Squashgard before a giant wrecked us. Once we arrived back in Squashgard, I decided to upgrade our great hall because it really did just look like a massive barn. And so we began. Long, many nights, just making it. We never actually finished it, it just kind of stayed in a half-made state. But hey, look, now we have a cool ominous chair to sit on, so bonuses for Squashgard! Anyway, upon the acquisition of lots of bronze and copper, like the dirty, greedy capitalists we were, we decided to fight Groot Tree Man, the greatest of all trees. We actually didn't have what we needed for the summoning ritual, so we looked through all our chests and still couldn't find it until Grease Grain found in one of his chests, and we had to go all the way back to the boss fight, but didn't really matter because he had like lots of bad things, he kept on dying. But we won! The bonuses! Now Groot Tree Man had actually dropped a very key item. It was the Swamp Key. Using the Swamp Key we were finally able to get iron. Of course, first we had to track down the crypt that the iron was located in. And so a journey through the swamp was in order. We traveled many days and nights, saw many foul things, but none fouler than Grease Grain's speech.
Have traveled across the blue. We have battled serpents. We will find cheese.
Eventually I was able to find an iron crypt, and it provided me enough iron to last me decades. And after a really laggy and long trip back home, I had finally got enough iron to build myself some iron tools and armor. And this would help to propel us to the next age in the plains biome. But first I had to make myself a house. Because priorities. So watch this time lapse. Oh, and I got slightly distracted by trying to capture this grey dwarf. It's actually kind of cute. The greyling can't do any damage to me. Walking this greyling's pretty tough, actually. Come on, greyling. Come on. Come on, greyling. Greyling. Come here.
I want to go home. Huh?
Come on. Go! Go! Yes!
Yes!
We also created another ship. This one was named Bertha, the finest longboat in all the seas. We took her for a really awesome spin and landed in Loxgard, a place where we could begin a new life, hunting loxes. Not proud of it, but man's gotta do what a man's gonna do. Oh, we also tamed the lox, and we named him Reginald. Oh, and another one called William. We also began construction on our base. It had like 1 story most. That's amazing by Valheim standards, I think. We also began work on a forge, and just look at the satisfaction. Oh. I also tried miserably to hit this mosquito. What am I doing with my life? Also, turns out the entire time that I was busy doing useful things, Creasegrain was making a mountain hole. And so I stole it and made it my own man cave. I had also gotten just the right amount of frost resist potion. This was useful because it means I would finally be able to go to the mountains. Go to the mountains I did. I fought like werewolves, there was this giant rock thing, and there was like this dragon and I killed it and it was crazy. Yeah. Then we prepared for a boss fight in a fort, affectionately named Fort Creased, in memory of Creasegrain. This was before the attack, and we thought we were over-prepared for it. Yeah, we weren't. We summoned the dragon, and it started to fly and shoot missiles at us, and frost blast me, and kill us, and destroy Fort Creased. It was a tough day, but we won. Rapid fire achievement rounds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. We got to the Mistlands. We found a dwarf. We named him Bob. We fought these things inside a cave. We found 2 dwarves. One's a boy, one's a girl. We learned how to make ourselves look real snazzy, cook some meat. And last but not least, prepared for a boss fight against a world-ending horror monster.
God of War intro song for me?
Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Does it like look ugly or look?
And after much preparation, the boss fight was finally coming. The battle was long and fierce, hard fought, but we had come over-prepared because we had died 7 times in the making of this video to that one king, Yagluf, the Goblin King. Oh, and then the Skeleton King literally called down the sky on us. And it also blew up my graphics card because it was so laggy.
What is with me battling people and like my battles carving the very mountain?
But then in the end, we had won. Then it was time for victory, Hot Tub.
I know.
Call me Radagast the Brown.
You can call me wizard with a gun. I'm wizard with a gun, baby.
But still, make me my star.
Hey? Wizard with a gun. Literally a wizard with a gun. Can't beat me. Or maybe he can. Maybe he can. Fireball.
Muddy scrap pile.
Fireball. Fireball. Shoot. He's angry. But he doesn't have a fireball. I shall take your guts to use as sausage lining. Fireball. Battery fire. Fireball. I'm so intelligent, honestly. Maybe it wants a fireball.
Yeah.
That was legit.
Whoa.
An
Hey,
abomination.
I found a Droga Fang. And a whole bunch of new. I have the recipe to make a root mask and a crossbow.
Really?
Yeah. And a whole
Crossbow.
bunch of new stuff. I can't believe we didn't think of that
And
later
new
on because we were
food,
just
which is-
so scared of it. It was like a
and
mini
new
boss
food,
fight.
which is slightly more important. We're so good. We are so good. Yes. Stay back, foul beast, lest I pierce you with my panic. Have you ever heard of fireball? no! Another fireball to the face! He has stopped right dead in his tracks!
The egg and the birch. That's fur. More fur.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
Alright. An elegant weapon for a more civilized time. Great. Ah, that was done quick.